Good morning, students. In the previous lecture, we were discussing about dehydration of alcohols. We have discussed about so many dehydrating agents which converts alcohols into respective what alkene compounds. That is comes under elimination reaction. So that is commonly known as dehydration of what alcohols. Okay. So some more things related to that dehydration of alcohol, that is elimination reaction. Especially in some of the compounds like ethanol, the product of dehydration depends upon some of the conditions. What are those conditions applicable for dehydration of alcohols? So this is, I'll write dehydration of alcohol itself. If this dehydration of alcohols, yesterday in detail we have discussed about this one, but this is the continued part of what? Yesterday's lecture. If you go with one compound CH3, this is CH2, it is OH. What's the name of this compound, student? Ethanol. Okay, ethanol. When ethanol is treated with concentrated sulfuric acid, this is treated with concentrated sulfuric acid. Product of this reaction is different. Suppose if you carry out ethanol with concentrated sulfuric acid at a temperature of 443 Kelvin. We have discussed already. And the main product obtained in case of this dehydration, the product is CH2 double bond CH2 plus this is H2O. This is the product obtained at a temperature of what? 443 Kelvin. And here excess of sulfuric acid is taken. Excess of sulfuric acid is considered in this reaction. Next one, when the same ethanol is treated with concentrated sulfuric acid, same sulfuric acid, but condition is that this temperature is going to be 413 Kelvin, and here excess of alcohol if it is used, excess of alcohol if it is used. At temperature of 413 Kelvin, the compound gives CH3, CH2O, CH2 and CH3 plus H2O. In that case, we have to take 2 moles of this alcohol. When 2 moles of ethanol is used, then it gives us to what compound? Diethyl ether compound. Diethyl ether. What is the name of this compound? Ethene or ethylene compound. What's the comparison between these two reactions, students? Here temperature is 443, here temperature is 413, excess of sulfuric acid and excess of alcohol is going to be used. In this reaction, 443 Kelvin at high temperature, formation of ethene takes place. At low temperature, no doubt this is also dehydration product. But here product is going to be an ether compound, but here it is going to be what? Alkene compound formation takes place. Similarly, another reaction is carried out in presence of same concentrated H2SO4, but if the temperature is going to be, the temperature is said to be around 383 Kelvin. 383 Kelvin. The compound produced in this reaction is CH3, this is CH2, HSO4. First compound is going to be what? Ethyl. CH3, CH2 is ethyl. What is HSO4? Hydrogen sulfate, or it is bisulfate compound. Ethyl hydrogen sulfate. Further, if you carry out the reaction of this ethyl hydrogen sulfate, suppose if you carry out this particular compound at high temperature and low temperature, again it gives us to different product. When the temperature is going to be very high, at high temperature condition and at low temperature condition, it gives different types of product. At high temperature, again the formation of same CH2 double bond CH2, that is ethene formation takes place. At low temperature, formation of the compound CH3, CH2O, CH2 and CH3. Here also plus H2O, here also plus H2O, but products are going to be what? Different. So based upon this particular set of reaction, remember one thing, students, At high temperature, formation of alkene takes place by using any type of alcohol, and at low temperature, formation of what? Ether compound takes place. Ether is only possible if you go with the CH3, this is CH2O H plus, this is HOCH2, and this is what? CH3. Elimination of this particular water takes place. This gives us what? Ether. So this is one of the method of preparation of what? Method of preparation of ether. So here at high temperature of about 443 Kelvin, formation of alkene takes place. At a low temperature of about 413 Kelvin, it forms ethyl, diethyl ether, and at 383 Kelvin, first what compound? Ethyl hydrogen sulfate, which again at high temperature gives alkene and low temperature gives what? Water, because of what? Dehydration process. So after this example, one more dehydration, catalytic dehydration. What is the meaning of catalytic dehydration? Here dehydration does not take place in presence of sulfuric acid or phosphoric acid. Here dehydration takes place in presence of a metal oxide. Yesterday I had given the list of different types of dehydrating agent. Now the compound is, here I will consider CH3CH2OH. What is this one? Ethanol compound. When this ethanol compound is treated with what? Al2O3, alumina. This is also Al2O3. It is also Al2O3. This is also Al2O3. This is at a temperature of 523 Kelvin. It is 633 Kelvin. This is low temperature and this is going to be high temperature, and at high temperature here also product is what, student? CH2 double bond CH2, and at low temperature the compound gives CH3, CH2O, CH2 and CH3. Product remains same, but conditions are going to be different. In presence of Al2O3 and temperature, here it is going to be 523 Kelvin gives ether, and at 633 Kelvin gives what? An alkyl compound formation takes place. So that is also, this one is an example for what? Catalytic dehydration. Apart from acid compounds, sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid, potassium bisulfate, those, instead of those compounds we are using an oxide of aluminium. Aluminium oxide is also acting as a good dehydrating substance. So in presence of this one, the compounds are going to be what? Ether and alkene compound. Whatever may be the corresponding dehydrating agent, usually at high temperature condition, formation of alkene takes place. Ethanol gives ethane, propanol gives propane, like that. And at low temperature condition, always the compound is going to be what? An compound of ether. If you use ethanol, it is converted into what compound? Diethyl ether. So this is about the dehydration or elimination reactions of which one? Alcoholic compounds. Okay. Just to copy it, I'll go to next set of reactions. Copy it fast. Elimination or dehydration reactions of what? Alcoholic compounds. Copy it fast. Okay? Right. We have discussed the first reactions due to cleavage of OH bond. Next one, reactions due to cleavage of carbon and oxygen bond. Third set of reactions are going to be what? Elimination reactions. Now we have to go with the fourth set of reaction. This is oxidation reactions. Oxidation of alcoholic compounds. Oxidation of alcohols. What are the compounds obtained by the oxidation of alcoholic compounds? Here different type of compounds are produced in presence of different type of oxidizing agents. So the product of formation depends upon the type of the alcohol as well as type of the oxidizing agent. Depends upon the reagent, oxidizing agent, and depends upon the nature of the alcohol. So based upon that we can find out which product is formed in that oxidation of what? Alcohols. Alcohols undergo oxidation commonly. So the product is going to be completely depending upon the nature of the alcohol as well as nature of the what? Oxidizing agent. So generally in case of oxidation of alcohols, in general, first we'll discuss this general concept. In general, if you go with the primary alcohol, for example, it is RCH2, this is going to be OH. This one is a primary alcohol. When primary alcohol is oxidized in presence of KMNO4, potassium permanganate in acidic medium followed by ED. What's the compound obtained here? It gives rise to an aldehyde compound. So this is an aldehyde. This aldehyde on further oxidation, it gives rise to what? Carboxylic acid. So starting compound is an alcohol compound. It is an alcohol. Which alcohol it is? Primary alcohol. Alcohol is oxidized to which compound? It is an aldehyde compound. Okay. Aldehyde on further oxidation gives rise to what product? Carboxylic acid. Here number of carbon atom remains same. No change in the number of carbon atom, that remains same. Okay. Suppose if we go with an alcohol, this is RCH, R dash, it is OH. What type of alcohol? It is secondary alcohol. When secondary alcohol is oxidized by using KMNO4, RK2Cl2O7 you can consider. Now this one gets converted into what compound? R, this is C, this is R dash, it is double bond O. What's the compound here? Ketonic compound is produced. This particular ketonic compound undergoes oxidation only in drastic condition at high temperature in presence of very strong oxidizing agent. This compound converts into RCOOH. RCOOH. So what is the name of this compound? It is a secondary alcohol. It is a secondary alcohol. Now this compound is going to be what? Ketone, and ketone on further oxidation gives rise to what compound? Carboxylic acid. You can observe carefully here. In this one, how many carbon atoms were there? Assume that this is a methyl group. Here 2 carbon atom. Here also 2 carbon atom. Assume that this is methyl and this is also going to be methyl. 1, 2, 3 carbon atom. But here product is containing only 2 carbon atom. So whatever the compound ketone is converted into, ketone is oxidized into carboxylic acid, it contains 1 carbon atom less. Here number of carbon atom remains same. From alcohol to ketone, number of carbon atom remains same, but ketone to carboxylic acid, the total number of carbon atom, that is 1 carbon atom, will be what? Less. Okay. Now if we go with another particular compound, this is R dash and this is R double dash. What's the name of this one? It is an tertiary alcohol, name cannot be defined, so it's a general representation. When it is oxidized by KMNO4 and this is H plus at high temperature condition, this compound is converted into R, this is dash. What is the compound here? Ketone is going to be there. Further, this is going to be oxidized again under drastic conditions. Again under drastic condition, what is the compound produced? It is RC double bond OH. What are the products here? This particular product is this reactant is starting compound is an alcohol, students. This is an what? Ketonic compound, and this one is going to be an carboxylic acid. If you observe the third reaction carefully, number of carbon atoms, assume that all the alkyl groups are going to be methyl group. 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms are there. Here 3 carbon atom means 1 carbon atom has been decreased, and here only 2 carbon atom, again 1 carbon atom is going to be decreased. No doubt in case of this particular oxidation of primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol, final product is going to be what? Carboxylic acid. But conversion of this particular ketone into carboxylic acid takes place only under what? Drastic condition. If you use normal or mild oxidizing agent, ketone cannot be converted into what compound? Carboxylic acid. So in general, if you take any type of strong oxidizing agent, primary alcohol gets converted easily into aldehyde. Aldehyde converts into carboxylic acid containing same number of carbon atom. In case of secondary alcohol, which is oxidized to what? Ketonic compound containing same number of carbon atom, but ketone converts into carboxylic acid with one less carbon atom. If the alcohol is found to be tertiary alcohol, it gets oxidized to ketone compound having one carbon atom less. Ketone is further oxidized into one compound carboxylic acid, again one more carbon atom less. So the final product in case of the oxidation of alcohol is found to be which one? It is found to be what? Carboxylic acid. Now here we have to identify the particular alcohol as well as the particular what? Oxidizing agent. So what is the type of the product obtained? So this is in general, in presence of strong, assuming that strong oxidizing agent is considered in case of this one, so final product will be what? Carboxylic acid. Just to copy this one. Now I'll go with another set of reaction for more clarification. So first one I'll consider here. This is A, that is strong oxidizing acids. Strong oxidizing acids. Strong oxidizing agents. First we copy this one. First one is KMNO4. This is H plus, that is acidic KMNO4. K2Cr2O7, this is H plus followed by heating. Next one, concentrated nitric acid followed by heating. These are all called as strong oxidizing agent. In presence of strong oxidizing agent, all these reactions takes place completely. Primary alcohol gets converted into carboxylic acid. Intermediate compound is an aldehyde. Secondary alcohol converts into ketone first. Ketone is further oxidized to carboxylic acid in presence of this one. Tertiary alcohol gets oxidized to ketone first. Ketone under drastic condition only it gets converted into what? Carboxylic acid. One thing to be remembered carefully, students, here, whatever the ketone is produced in case of secondary and tertiary alcohols, those ketones are converted into carboxylic acid only under drastic condition. In presence of very strong oxidizing agent and heating at a particular temperature, it gets converted into what? Carboxylic acid. So these are the different types of strong oxidizing agents. In presence of those, all this reaction takes place to convert alcohol into respective carboxylic acid compound. So what is the different type of second set of oxidizing agent I will consider here? With red hot copper. With red hot copper. What is the type of the compound obtained in case of red hot copper? So this process is known as dehydrogenation. Dehydrogenation is also a part of oxidation reaction. I'll explain how primary alcohols react with red hot copper, secondary alcohols and tertiary alcohols react with red hot copper to give different type of product. Just to copy this, red hot copper. Okay. In presence of red hot copper, if I start the reaction with first one, it is CH3, this is CH2OH. I'll go with an example itself. When it is passed over copper at 573 Kelvin, vapors of alcohol are passed over copper at 573 Kelvin. Remember dehydrogenation. What's the meaning of dehydrogenation here? Elimination of hydrogen takes place. Elimination of hydrogen takes place. What's the compound obtained after elimination of hydrogen? It is CH3CHO plus this is H2. This is an ethanol compound. Ethanol, it is a primary alcohol which get converted into ethanol compound, which is an aldehyde compound. Ethanol means it is an aldehyde. If it is going to be in secondary alcohol, CH3, this is CH, next one CH3, this is what OH, secondary alcohol. It is propane 2-ol compound, propane 2-ol, it is an secondary alcohol. When this propane 2-ol is passed over copper at 573 Kelvin, the main product, this is CH3, C double bond O CH3 plus. What's the another product here? As I mentioned, it is elimination of hydrogen. Here also hydrogen gas. These two hydrogen gases produced, and here the compound is going to be ketone. What's the name of this ketone, students? This ketone is known as what? Propanone. It is propanone. Commonly it is called as an acetone compound. But if you go with a tertiary alcohol, we'll continue here. If you go with a tertiary alcohol, CH3, this is CH3, this is CH3, this is OH. When tertiary alcohol, vapors of tertiary alcohol are passed over copper at 573 Kelvin. 573 Kelvin. Here, in case of primary and secondary alcohols, dehydrogenation takes place. But in case of tertiary alcohol, as this carbon atom does not contain hydrogen atom, here dehydrogenation does not take place. Here, dehydration takes place. What is the product of dehydration of this alcohol? It is an alkene compound. It is plus H2O. In case of tertiary alcohol, so this is what compound? It is an 2-methyl propane 2-ol. 2-methyl propane, which one? 2-ol. It is an tertiary alcohol. What is this one? It is 2-methyl, right? Propane. 2-methyl propionine, it is an alkene. And here in case of tertiary alcohols, what process takes place? It is dehydration. Which one it is? Dehydration. Here in case of tertiary alcohol, it is not dehydrogenation, it is going to be what? Dehydration. So in presence of red hot copper, remember, primary alcohols converts into what compound? Aldehyde. Aldehyde. Secondary alcohols converts into ketone containing same number of carbon atom, no change in the number of carbon atom. Tertiary alcohols converts into respective what? Alkene. What's the reagent here? Reagent is going to be copper at 573 Kelvin. Copper at 573 Kelvin. Copper at 573 Kelvin. Here, these two reactions are commonly called as what? Dehydrogenation. But with respect to tertiary alcohol, it's not dehydrogenation. What is the reaction? It is called as dehydration. The product of dehydration is going to be which one? It is an alkene compound. Remember, student, this method is used in the distinguishing test between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. If any compound is obtained, if an aldehyde compound is obtained after passing over copper at 573 Kelvin, the alcohol must be primary. Ketone is obtained means it must be secondary. If alkene is produced, the compound is going to be which alcohol? Tertiary alcohol. So this particular method can be used for the distinguishing test between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. Clear? So this is with the red hot copper, that is commonly called as what? Dehydrogenation. But with respect to tertiary alcohols, since there is absence of hydrogen on this tertiary carbon atom, the particular process is known as what? Dehydration. It is not dehydrogenation. Copy this one first. Next, after this red hot copper, next one, okay, right. Next number C. See next one. With mild oxidizing acids. With mild oxidizing acids. Which compound is obtained in presence of mild oxidizing acids? What are the different types of mild oxidizing acids, students, here? PCC. It is pyridinium chlorochromate. Pyridinium chlorochromate. It is PCC. Okay? Pyridinium chlorochromate means it is pyridine compound is there plus CrO3 plus HCl. Pyridine plus CrO3 plus HCl. This mixture is pyridinium chlorochromate. Second one is it is PDC. PDC refers to it is PDC. Pyridinium dichromate. Pyridinium dichromate. Pyridine along with what? Dichromate. Dichromate refers to what? It is Cr2O7 minus 2. Pyridine along with dichromate is called as pyridinium dichromate. Next one is going to be Jones reagent. Jones reagent. Jones reagent is a compound CrO3 plus this is H2SO4 plus acetone as a solvent. Acetone as a solvent. Number 4, it is Collins reagent. Collins reagent. Number 5, it is Sarret's reagent. Sarret's reagent. Next, number 6, it is NBS. What is NBS? N-bromosuccinamide. We have used in case of allylic substitution reaction. N-bromosuccinamide. Next one, number 7, it is X2 in presence of an alkali. This is commonly known as haloform reaction. It is known as haloform reactions. Remember in case of this one, in presence of those mild oxidizing agents, what are the reagents which is that is strong oxidizing agent? Acidified KMnO4, acidified K2Cr2O7, concentrated HNO3 are commonly considered as strong oxidizing agent. Mild oxidizing agent means PCC, pyridinium chlorochromate, PDC, that is pyridinium dichromate, Jones reagent, Collins reagent, Sarret's reagent, N-bromosuccinamide. This is halogen in presence of a basic media. In presence of all these conditions, in presence of what? Mild oxidizing agent. If you are using any type of mild oxidizing agent, if any primary alcohol is taken, primary alcohol, any mild oxidizing agent, for that mild oxidizing agent I will mention here, this is anyone can be used here. Out of this, anyone can be used. In presence of this one, what is the product obtained here? It is an aldehyde. Only aldehyde. Further aldehyde cannot be converted into carboxylic acid. For that purpose, this is in presence of this one, the oxidation is called as controlled oxidation. What's the meaning of controlled oxidation? Usually, alcohol means it gets converted into aldehyde. Aldehyde on further oxidation gives what? Carboxylic acid. But here, further reaction, that is conversion of aldehyde into carboxylic acid, does not take place. It stops only up to the formation of aldehyde in presence of any of these compounds. Next one, secondary alcohol in presence of any mild oxidizing agent, PCC, PDC, Jones reagent, any type of reagent you can consider. The compound is going to be an ketone. Compound is going to be ketone. If it is an tertiary alcohol, if it is going to be a tertiary alcohol, in presence of this reagent, the compound produced is going to be an again ketonic compound. So further ketone does not gets converted into what carboxylic acid. Already I have made it very clear. Conversion of ketone into carboxylic acid takes place only in presence of strong oxidizing agent, that too under drastic condition. But these are mild oxidizing agent. These mild oxidizing agent cannot convert ketone into what? Carboxylic acid. Hence this particular conversion of all these alcohols into aldehyde as well as ketone takes place in presence of what? Mild oxidizing agent. We will solve some of the questions based upon this oxidation reaction. So just to copy, in presence of strong oxidizing agent, once again I will make it very clear. Strong oxidizing agent converts alcohol, primary alcohol into aldehyde, aldehyde into what? Carboxylic acid. Secondary alcohol, if it is oxidized in presence of strong oxidizing agent, it gets converted into what? Ketone, having same number of carbon atom, but ketone further gets converted into carboxylic acid only under drastic condition, having one carbon atom less. If it is tertiary alcohol is oxidized to what compound? That is an ketone having one carbon atom less. Further, that ketone under drastic condition gets oxidized to what? And carboxylic acid having one more carbon atom less. But in presence of all these oxidizing agent, commonly known as weak or mild oxidizing agent, primary alcohol converts into aldehyde, further no reaction. Secondary as well as tertiary alcohol also converts into respective ketone. But here, this ketone and this ketone difference is that number of carbon atom remains same here, but in case of tertiary alcohol, number of carbon atom is going to be what? Somewhat less. One carbon atom less in the case of what? Tertiary alcohol. So, in most of the strong oxidizing agent, in presence of strong oxidizing agent, final product is carboxylic acid. In presence of mild oxidizing agent, primary alcohol gives what? Aldehyde. Secondary tertiary alcohol gives rise to what? Ketonic compound. So, based upon this one, we will discuss some of the compound. What is the main product obtained in case of in presence of different types of oxidizing agent? Just to copy this one, I will go with examples. Okay. Let us consider some of the examples in case of this one. And one small correction here. Sometimes in absence of ketone here, there is no effect on that tertiary alcohol. Sorry for this inconvenience. So instead of ketone, there is no formation of any particular compound. Tertiary alcohols do not have any effect. This mild oxidizing agent do not have any effect on tertiary alcohol, so there is no any particular effect. Primary alcohol aldehyde, secondary alcohol ketone, tertiary alcohol, there is no any type of effect on this one. There is one more substance that is commonly used as an MnO2. MnO2 is also used as an oxidizing agent, students. Oxidizing agent, MnO2. Just to correct that particular point. MnO2 is used only in case of it is used for the oxidation of allylic and what? Benzylic alcohols. For oxidation of allylic and benzylic alcohols, we use this particular reagent. It is known as what? Manganese dioxide. Only for oxidation of allylic and benzylic alcohol. Here also in case of allylic and benzylic alcohol, if it is primary allylic or benzylic alcohol, okay, in presence of MnO2, what's the product? Product is going to be same aldehyde. product is going to be aldehyde. If it is secondary allylic or benzylic. In allylic and benzylic we have primary, secondary and tertiary. It is benzylic alcohol in presence of say MnO2. The compound obtained is going to be which one? It is a ketonic compound. It is ketone. And if it is tertiary allylic or benzylic alcohol, tertiary allylic or benzylic alcoholic compound. Number of examples we have for this: primary, secondary and tertiary. This particular compound MnO2 has no effect on this tertiary allylic and benzylic alcohols. So what is the role of this MnO2? MnO2 is going to be used as an oxidizing agent for the oxidation of allylic and which one? Benzylic alcohols. Especially for these corresponding compounds we use this MnO2 compound. Let us consider some of the questions here. Number 1, if I go with some of the compounds, that is primary alcohol, if it is there, CH3, this is CH2OH in presence of PCC. Second one, if it is CH3, this is OH in presence of PDC. Third one, if I take CH3, this is C, it is CH3, this is CH3, this is OH in presence of copper at 573 Kelvin. What is the product obtained in case of these compounds? It is a primary alcohol on oxidation in presence of PCC. The compound is going to be an aldehyde, that is CH3CH. Aldehyde compound containing same number of carbon atom. This one is an example for secondary alcohols. What is oxidation in presence of mild oxidizing agent? The compound is going to be ketone. It is CH3, C double bond O CH3. This is the ketone. And this one is in tertiary alcohols. Tertiary alcohol. What is the reagent here? Copper at 573. Here the process of dehydrogenation, usually copper is subjected to for dehydrogenation, but here tertiary alcohol is there. Just I have mentioned clearly, tertiary alcohols do not undergo dehydrogenation. Instead of that, they undergo the process of dehydration. What is the product obtained in case of this one? It is CH3 double bond CH2. This one is an alkene compound formation takes place. Primary alcohol, generally it is aldehyde. Secondary alcohol, it generally it is going to be ketone. If it is tertiary alcohol, it depends upon the nature of a particular reagent. Without that, it is not possible to convert that. Number 4th one, if the compound is CH2OH, if it is carried out in presence of MnO2. Next one, if I go with another compound, this is CH, this is OH, this is what? CH3. What is the product obtained when these alcohols treated in presence of MnO2? MnO2 is going to be converting only this allylic and what? Benzylic alcohol. Is it benzylic alcohol? Yes. What's the name of this one? Benzyl alcohol only. This is CH2H. Oxidation of primary allylic or benzylic. This is a primary. It is a primary and moreover it is a benzylic. All the primary and corresponding benzylic alcohols are converted into what? Aldehydes. What is the aldehyde produced with this compound? It is CHO containing same number of carbon atoms. This is what type of alcohol? Is it primary, secondary, tertiary? First, OH is attached to this carbon atom, which is going to be secondary. It is secondary, and moreover, it is going to be benzylic alcohol. Secondary benzylic alcohols are gets converted into what? Ketone. What's the compound? Ketone is produced by this compound. This is C double bond O, and this is what? CH3 compound. So that is a ketone obtained by oxidation of this alcohol. It is a secondary benzylic. Primary benzylic gives aldehyde, secondary benzylic gives what? Acetophenone compound. What's the name of this aldehyde? It is benzaldehyde. Benzaldehyde. What's the name of this ketone? This is acetophenone compound. What's the name? Acetophenone. Generally it is called as acetophenone. IUPAC name is phenyl ethanol. It is primary, it is found to be secondary. If it is tertiary benzylic has no effect. MnO2 nothing to do with that compound. So there is no any oxidation product with respect to what? Tertiary benzylic or allylic compound. Just to copy this one. We'll move on to next example. Okay. Next example. Number 6. Sixth one. OH. This is H. MnO2. Manganese dioxide. What is the product obtained in case of this alcohol? One more reaction I will mention here. Meanwhile, find out the product for that compound. This is H. OH. First it is KMnO4, OH minus, second reagent copper followed by K. Product obtained in case of this. Students, what type of alcohol it is? Is it aromatic alcohol? No. This one is not a phenol. This one is going to be an OH group is present, but this is not containing an cyclic, that is alternate double bond. Only one double bond is present. Now this is commonly called as an allylic alcohol. Allylic alcohol. When it is called as allylic, carbon-carbon double bond is there. Next to that, if carbon atom contain OH, it is called as allylic alcohol. Is it primary or secondary allylic alcohol? This one is a secondary allylic alcohol, right? This carbon atom contains OH. The nature of this carbon atom is going to be secondary. So secondary. What's the compound obtained by secondary compounds? When secondary allylic alcohols or benzylic alcohols are oxidized in presence of MnO2, the compound obtained is going to be what? Ketone. If it is primary, if the compound is going to be primary, naturally it gives us to what? Aldehyde. If it is secondary allylic or benzylic, ketone. If it is tertiary allylic or tertiary benzylic, just some mention about that. Tertiary allylic and tertiary benzylic alcohols have no effect in presence of what? MnO2 compound. Right. What is the product obtained when this alcohol, same alcohol I have taken but different reagent? Whether product is going to be similar to this particular ketonic compound, cyclic ketonic compound, or something different when compared to that product. Product reactant is going to be same. What is the product obtained in case of this particular reagent? Copy it. First, find out the product in case of this one. Okay. In case of this one, when KMnO4 as well as this OH minus is going to be considered, KMnO4 and corresponding OH minus. This mixture of KMnO4 and OH minus is commonly called as Bayer's reagent. This Bayer's reagent converts double bonded carbon atom into respective alcohol. So first product is going to be in presence of KMnO4. This is H, this is OH, this is OH, and this is OH. First product in presence of only KMnO4. Further, this is vapors of this alcohol compound is passed over copper. What is the nature of this alcohol? It is secondary alcohol. This is secondary alcohol, this is secondary alcohol. All secondary alcohol gets oxidized into what? Ketonic compound. So the product obtained in case of this one is double bond O, double bond O. This is also double bond O. A compound with three ketonic functional group is going to be obtained, which is going to be cyclic in nature. So this compound is different and this compound is different. What is the role of KMnO4? Here KMnO4 OH alkenes are converted into alcohols, alkenes. If you go with the first year class 11th, this is plus in H2O, dilute solution of KMnO4, commonly called as what? Bayer's reagent. In presence of this one, what is the product obtained here? This is CH2, this is CH2, OH, and this is what? OH. You have studied this one in the properties of alkene. So this reagent is commonly called as Bayer's reagent. Here also Bayer's reagent is applicable. This carbon-carbon double bond converts into first OH group. Further, these are all secondary alcoholic groups. So secondary alcoholic groups are converted into respective ketonic functional groups. So this is the product, final product obtained when this compound is treated with the KMnO4 and particular copper in presence of Kt. Just to copy this one, I'll go with next example first. Okay. Role of oxidizing agent is very important in case of these reactions. It depends purely upon the particular reagent condition. Suppose if I go with number 8 compound, double bond, this is a methyl group is there. This is cold alkaline KMnO4. A compound X is produced. This X is further treated with the PCC. What is the product obtained in case of this reaction? PCC. You know the role of PCC compound. Next one, another particular reaction, number 9. It is an alcoholic compound, OH. This is CrO3 plus H2SO4 in acetone compound. Acetone compound. And last reaction, it is double bond CH3 double bond O. This is KMnO4 OH minus X is obtained, which is further treated with PCC. What's the compound? Y. X and Y. This is also X. Find out the products obtained in case of this one. This mixture CrO3 and H2SO4 already have mentioned in the, it is mild oxidizing agent. One of the mild oxidizing agent. What is the role of mild oxidizing agent? You know very well. Mild oxidizing agent. This mild oxidizing agent converts primary alcohol into what? Aldehyde, secondary alcohol into ketone, and tertiary alcohols have no effect. This is also a mild oxidizing agent. What type of alcohol? It is a secondary alcohol, cyclohexanol. When it is secondary alcohol, what is the product of oxidation of secondary alcohol, students? It's ketone, C double bond. What's the name here? Cyclohexanol. This is known as what? Cyclohexanol. In case of this one, first it is treated with cold and alkaline KMnO4. This is the reaction. Cold and alkaline KMnO4. What product was obtained in case of in presence of cold and alkaline KMnO4? This is the product X. This is methyl group is there. Here it is OH and here it is OH. First product. Wherever carbon-carbon double bond is present, that carbon-carbon double bond gets converted into CH2OH and here CH2OH. and here this group remains as it is. Methyl group is there which remains as it is. Further, this is treated with PCC. What is the role of PCC? PCC is a reagent, mild oxidizing agent which convert primary alcohol into aldehyde, secondary alcohol into ketone, tertiary alcohol have no effect. So this group is an secondary, this group is an tertiary. On tertiary OH group, the particular compound containing tertiary alcoholic functional group, PCC has no effect. It converts secondary alcoholic group into what? Ketonic compound. So the final product of this reaction with the PCC is going to be, this is double bond O, this is OH and methyl group acids. So that is the product obtained in case of oxidation in presence of cold and alkaline KMnO4 followed by PCC reaction. Pyridinium chlorochromate. What is PDC? Pyridinium dichromate compound. Almost same type of reaction is there. The X compound in case of this reaction is going to be again KMnO4 is there. This double bond, whether it will affect for the ketonic functional group, there is no effect at all. This is a CH3 group and here it is OH as similar to this one. Next one is going to be OH. What is the role of PCC again? PCC converts the secondary group into what? Respective ketone, and this is ketone as it is. This is it primary, secondary and tertiary carbonatum? It is one, it is second, it is third carbonatum is this is methyl group, and here this is tertiary and this one is going to be secondary. Secondary group converts into ketone and this one remains as it is. So that is the compound obtained in the oxidation of that particular reaction in presence of what? PCC compound. So these are the different types of products obtained in the oxidation reactions. These are all oxidations of respective alcoholic compounds. So we have discussed about mild oxidizing agent, we have discussed about strong oxidizing agent. It all depends upon the nature of alcohol and nature of what? Oxidizing agent. In the beginning of this class itself I mentioned very clear, the product in case of oxidation of alcohol does not depend on only alcohol, does not depend on only reagent, it depends on both type of alcohol and type of the particular reagent compound. So this is about oxidation of alcoholic compounds. Okay. After this oxidation of alcoholic compounds, next one more reaction we have to consider, that is number 5. Haloform reactions. Haloform. What are haloform reactions? Haloform reactions refers to, probably we have discussed, if you remember the CHCl, what's the name? Chloroform. CHBr3, bromoform. Next, CHI3, what's the name? Iodoform. If the compound is CHX3, it is generally called as haloform. If it is bromine, bromoform, iodine, iodoform, Cl, it is called as chloroform. Formation of such type of compound takes place in case of haloform reactions. And haloform reaction is not given by all the compounds. Haloform reaction is given by answered by only those compounds if it is found to be an alcohol. In case of alcoholic compounds, wherever the compound contains CH3, CH and this is OH, here any group is possible. Whether it is hydrogen or methyl or ethyl or phenyl group, any group is possible. But necessary condition is that alcohol must contain this group CH3, CH, OH. This must be CH3, CH and this is going to be OH. Wherever the compounds having such type of group in case of alcohols are answering haloform reaction. And in case of aldehydes and ketones, if the compound is aldehyde and ketone, further we will discuss in case of carbonyl compounds only. This is CH3, C double bond O. Any carbonyl compound containing such type of group also answers haloform reactions. If it is aldehyde or ketone, this group is necessary. If it is alcohol, this group is necessary. Remember, this one is again, it is used in the distinction between primary, secondary and what tertiary alcohols. For distinction of primary, secondary, tertiary alcohols, we use that haloform reaction itself. Okay? Alright, reaction. One reaction, one example I'll consider. This is CH3 CH2OH. When this compound is treated with iodine and sodium hydroxide. Iodine and sodium hydroxide. If this mixture is heated together, this one converts into CHI3 plus HCOONA. What is the name of CHI3? It is an iodoform compound. Precipitate is obtained. It is an iodoform. This one is called as sodium formate. Sodium formate or sodium methanoate. Plus this is NaI plus H2O. The main product obtained in case of this reaction is going to be CHI3, that is commonly known as what? Iodoform. Suppose if I go with some compounds, CH3, this is CH2OH, next one CH3, CH, this is CH3, this is OH. Next one CH3, CH2, CH2, this is OH. Out of these four compounds, which compounds do not answer iodoform test? Iodoform test is not given by which compounds? Already I have taken CH3, CH2OH, so this compound answers iodoform test. So this compound CH3, CHOH, CH3. Now just you observe CH3, CHOH. This is CH3, CH and OH group is and this compound also answers iodoform test. But here two carbon atom is necessary. But here this compound contains only one carbon atom. It cannot answer. And this is also compound does not satisfy this condition. So this compound also do not answer iodoform reaction. Iodoform test is not given by all type of alcohols. Iodoform test is given by only those alcohol which contain such type of group. Is it primary or secondary? Primary. This one is going to be what? Secondary alcohol. So primary alcohols and secondary alcohol generally undergo this particular iodoform test, but not all the particular compounds. Only wherever the compound contains such type of group, only it can answer iodoform test. In all the iodoform test, you can balance this reaction later on. So the main compound is going to be what? CHI3. Usually question will be there, which of the following compound answers iodoform test? Which of the following compound do not answer iodoform test? Which of the following compound gives yellow precipitate with iodine and sodium hydroxide? Yellow precipitate is because of what? CHI3 compound, that is nothing but an iodoform reaction, or in general it is called as what? Haloform reaction. So by using this one, it is possible to distinguish between primary, secondary as well as what? Tertiary alcohols. So those three types of alcohols can be distinguished by using this particular haloform reaction. Remember, haloform reaction is given by only alcohols which have CH3, CHOH, and ketones or aldehydes having CH3, C double bond O. Out of these four alcoholic compounds, this alcohol and this alcohol answers iodoform test, whereas these two alcohol do not answer iodoform test. Okay, this is about the haloform reaction. Just keep pocket. Okay. After all these properties of alcohols, Totally we have discussed in detail about alcoholic compounds. First, reactions due to cleavage of OH bond. Next one, reactions due to cleavage of which one? Carbon oxygen bond. Third one is elimination reaction, under that dehydration reaction we have discussed. Fourth one is going to be which one? Oxidation reactions. We have used a variety of oxidizing agents. And last one was haloform reaction. After all these chemical properties, next one important point, that is distinguishing test. Distinguishing test between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. How do you distinguish primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols? There are a number of different methods for the distinguishing between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. One of the tests we will consider, that is first one, Lucas test. Already we have discussed about Lucas test. You can follow that particular method for the distinguishing primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol by using this Lucas. What is Lucas reagent? Concentrated HCl and anhydrous zinc chloride is called as Lucas test. And in case of this Lucas test, primary alcohol gives secondary alcohol and tertiary alcohol if it is there. If it is found to be tertiary alcohol in presence of Lucas reagent, precipitate PPT is obtained immediately. If it is tertiary alcohol, immediately. If it is secondary alcoholic compound is there, then if it is treated with Lucas reagent, what is the observation, students? Already we have discussed. Precipitate PPT is obtained. Precipitate is obtained after 5 to 10 minutes. After 5 to 10 minutes. If it is going to be a primary alcohol which is treated with Lucas reagent, what is the observation here? No precipitate, or sometime precipitate is obtained after heating. If it is this observation, it must be an primary alcohol. If precipitate is obtained immediately, tertiary. After 5-10 minutes, if it is obtained, it is secondary. If there is no precipitate, then the alcohol is which one? Primary alcohol. So this is commonly called as what? Lucas test for the identification of primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. Second one, by using red hot copper. This one also we have completed an oxidation reaction by using red hot copper. What is the observation? If it is primary alcohol, vapors of primary alcohol are passed over copper at 573 Kelvin. The compound obtained is an aldehyde. Okay. If it is secondary alcohol, if it is passed over, vapors of this compound are passed over copper at 573 Kelvin. The compound is going to be an what? Ketone. If it is tertiary alcohol, what is the observation, students? If it is tertiary alcohol, then the compound obtained is going to be what? An alkene. These two reactions are dehydrogenation. This reaction is called as what? Dehydration of alcohol. If an alkene is produced after passing over copper at 573, then it is very clear the given alcohol is tertiary alcohol. If ketone is obtained, secondary alcohol, and if aldehyde is obtained, it is going to be which one? Primary alcoholic compound. So this is the second test for the distinguishing test between primary, secondary and tertiary alcoholic compounds. Then the third test is known as, that is dichromate test. It is dichromate test. What is this dichromate test? Here we are using sodium dichromate Na2Cr2O7 plus H2SO4. Concentrated H2SO4 is commonly used here. What observation is going to be done in case of dichromate test? In case of first one, if alcohol is RCH2OH, if this is treated with Na2Cr2O7 plus H2SO4 dichromate, the color of this one, after adding this one, the color is going to be orange colored compound. After this one, on oxidation, primary alcohol gets converted into what compound? Aldehyde. Plus this is going to be H2O. Here, orange color converts into green color. Orange color converts into green color. Orange color is because of dichromate. Green color is because of Cr plus 3. Chromium gets converted into Cr plus 3. For that purpose, orange color converts into green color. Wherever orange into green with the formation of aldehyde, the alcohol is going to be which one? It is primary alcohol. Suppose if we go with a secondary alcohol, RCH, this is R dash and here it is OH. It is a secondary alcohol. Further, this is also treated with same sodium dichromate Na2Cr2O7 plus H2SO4. Same reason. And what compound is possible in case of secondary alcohol? Secondary alcohols are oxidized into what compound? Ketone plus H2O. Here also orange compound converts into what? Green compound. Here also orange into green and here also orange into green. How to identify that one? Here the compound is an aldehyde and here the compound is going to be which one? A ketonic compound is produced. If aldehyde compound with orange into green, primary alcohol, orange into green with secondary, that is ketone compound is often, then it is going to be what? Secondary alcohol. What's the observation with respect to tertiary alcohols? When you go with the tertiary alcohols here, this is RC, this is going to be R, this is R, it is OH. Now this is a tertiary alcohols. When tertiary alcohols are treated with Na2Cr2O7 plus H2SO4 here, no effect is observed. No effect. Without heating, you cannot oxidize the corresponding tertiary alcohols in the respective compound. No heating, so no effect is going to be observed. So orange color remains same. Wherever orange color remains same, then that particular alcohol must be which one? Tertiary alcohol. This is dichromate test. In dichromate test, orange converts into green with the formation of aldehyde, then it is primary. Orange into green takes place with the formation of ketone, it must be secondary. If orange color does not change, as it remains same, means the given alcohol must be which one? Tertiary alcohol. So this test is commonly known as what? Dichromate test. We copy this one. Last one more test is there. I will complete that test also. By using that test, we will wind up this distinction between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. Copy it first. Okay. First one Lucas test, next one red hot copper, next one is dichromate test. Last one test for the distinction between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. Okay. Right. Number fourth one is Victor Mayer test. Victor-Meyer test. This is used for what? Distinguishing test between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. In Victor-Meyer test, we have to use different types of reagent. First, phosphorus and iodine is treated. Next one, we have to go with AgNO2, silver nitrate. Next one, it is going to be HNO2 compound. What is HNO2? Nitrous acid. In case of these particular okay, first one phosphorus and iodine, silver nitrate, HNO2. Next one is going to be sodium hydroxide. It's also not here. Sodium hydroxide. These are the sets of reagent what we have to use in case of Victor-Meyer test. Okay, first, if I take one alcohol RCH2OH, this alcohol is treated with phosphorus and iodine first, or HI. When it is treated with phosphorus and iodine, it gets converted into RCH2I. What's the name? Alkyl iodide. Further, it is treated with what reagent? AgNO2. It converts into RCH2NO2, substitution reactions. Next one, it is treated with what reagent? HNO2. What's the name of HNO2 students? Nitrous acid. When it is treated with HNO2, the compound is RC double bond N. This is OH and this is NO2. So this compound is generally called as nitrolic acid. What's the name? Nitrolic acid compound. Further, this nitrolic acid is treated with what? Sodium hydroxide. The solution is made alkaline. So this hydrogen is there. It is converted into RC. This is NO2, right? Double bond NONA. This is ON, sodium salt of nitrolic acid. This is what? Sodium salt of nitrolic acid. Sodium salt of nitrolic acid. This compound is produced here. First, an alcohol is taken. What type of alcohol it is, students? Primary alcohol. First, it is treated phosphorus and iodine. It forms alkyl iodide. On treatment with AgNO2, it forms respective nitro compound. Further treatment with HNO2, it forms nitrolic acid. Sodium salt of what? Nitrolic acid is produced. In case of this one, this compound is going to be what? Blue in color. This compound is going to be blue in color, which changes into what? Red color after addition of sodium hydroxide. After addition of sodium hydroxide, finally the color is going to be red. The given alcohol is going to be which one? What? Primary alcohol. Afterwards, I'll make it very simple. Second one, B. This is RCH. It is OH. This is a secondary alcohol is there. First, here it is treated with a phosphorus and iodine. The compound is RCH. This is R dash. What is this one? Iodine compound. Further, it is treated with AgNO2, silver nitrite. Now the compound is RC R dash. See, the reaction is very simple. This is NO2 and it is CH. NO2 and CH. Further, it is treated with what? HNO2 reagent. What is HNO2? Nitrous acid as a reagent. It is converted into RC. This is R dash. This is NO2. NO2. This is going to be C. One hydrogen is present here. So these here two hydrogens were present in case of this one. It is converted into an pseudo-nitrile compound. It is commonly known as pseudo-nitrile compound. This is R dash is there, R dash. This is going to be NO2. It is CH pseudo-nitrile compound is taking place here. In case of pseudo-nitrile compound, this compound is said to be, it is NO. Pseudo-nitrile compound takes place. The color of pseudo-nitrile is going to be, again it is going to be blue in nature. Further, this is treated with the sodium hydroxide. Last acid is very important here. So here, in case of this sodium hydroxide, there is no action. No reaction takes place. Why no reaction takes place? Here this sodium replaces the hydrogen atom here, hence reaction takes place. Here there is no hydrogen and sodium hydroxide has no effect on this one. So the color of this solution is going to be what? Blue. It remains blue only. If you observe the first one and second reaction, primary and secondary alcohol, what is the difference here? In case of primary alcohol, the blue color nitric acid converts into red colored compound after adding sodium hydroxide here. In case of this one, sodium hydroxide has no effect, so blue color remains same as it is. Then the alcohol is going to be which one? It is a secondary alcohol. And third one is going to be a tertiary alcoholic compound. This is RC, this is R dash. It is R dash, double dash you can take. This is OH. When this is treated with the phosphorus and iodine, what is the first compound? It is RC, this is R dash, this is R double dash. It is going to be what? Iodine. Next one, this is treated with the AzNO2 compound, silver nitride. This is RC, this is R dash, this is R double dash, and this is going to be what? NO2 compound. This is going to be NO. And here, this particular compound HNO2, if it is added, no action on this one. There is no reaction. So the color of the compound is going to be which one? It is colorless. If it is going to be colorless, then it is going to be which alcohol? Tertiary alcohol. So this test is commonly known as what? The Victor-Mayer test. If it is going to be primary alcohol, just simplification of this one, primary alcohol, after treating with phosphorus iodine, silver nitrite, next one HNO2, right? After that sodium hydroxide, which color formation takes place? Red color. If it is secondary alcohol, after treating with all these different types of reagents, same reagents are going to be taken. The compound is going to be which color? Blue color. And if it is tertiary alcohol, after adding all these different types of reagents, if this solution is going to be colorless, then it is which alcohol? Tertiary alcohol. Same thing I have mentioned in a brief manner. If it is finally red color compound is produced, it is primary. If it is blue color compound is obtained, then it must be secondary alcohol. And the color compound is going to be colorless because of no action on HNO2, then the alcohol is going to be what? Tertiary alcoholic compound. So this is the fourth test, distinguishing test between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. Students, four tests we have discussed. First one is Lucas test. Second one with what? The red hot copper tube test. Next one is going to be what? Dichromate test. And fourth one is going to be Victor-Mayer test. This is about the distinction between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. So today we are stopping the class here itself. So next class will start with, in the next class we will start with commercially important alcoholic compounds. Two important compounds are there, methanol and ethanolic compounds are there. Afterwards we will start with the next class of compound, that is phenols. Thank you. ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡೋಣ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡೋದು.